Hey everyone, it's Camry. So today in this video I am doing a book haul. I'm going over all of the books that I got in May. I ended up purchasing / acquiring 9 books this month, so I'm going to be showing you all those, giving you a little description, you know the gist. As you guys can see, I've gotten some new bookshelves, so those will be joining the background of my videos from now on. The first books I got this month were from my Book of the Month subscription, and I actually ended up getting 3 books from them this month because I got my regular Book of the Month, and then the last month of April I had an issue with my subscription and the shipping and everything, so they resent me my order and I actually got 2 books in April. The first book I got is Lock Every Door by Riley Sagar. This book follows our main character Jules, who is hired to be an apartment sitter at this apartment complex where the only rules are you're not allowed to leave, no visitors, things like that. Don't tell anybody about what you're doing. And she meets this girl who reminds her of her sister who disappeared a decade ago. And so it's basically her trying to figure out what's going on in this weird apartment complex and also what happened to her sister. The next 2 books I got from my April Book of the Month subscription is An American Marriage by Tayari Jones and The Whisper Man by Alex North. An American Marriage follows Celeste and Roy, who are newlyweds and are embarking on their new life together, when Roy is all of a sudden convicted and put in prison for a crime she knows he didn't commit. But in the 5 years that he is in prison, she starts to be independent, live her own life, and kind of take comfort in other people. And so then once he gets out of prison, it's kind of talking about their struggles to get to know each other again. The Whisper Man follows Tom and his son Jake, who after the death of his wife decides to move to a new town to start in a new life, but this town has a little bit of a dark secret in a serial killer from 20 years ago named the Whisper Man, who they thought they had arrested him, but then after Tom and Jake move to this town, he starts kidnapping people, and again, which the townfolk have always had the urban legend that there was an accomplice. So then they're working with this, and then all of a sudden Jake starts hearing weird whispers. It sounds very interesting. I've heard really good things about it, and I'm excited to check it out. The next set of books I purchased from Book Outlet, and if they are still available, I will leave a link down below in the description. The first book I got is Girls Burn Brighter by Shobha Rao. This follows Purnima and Savitha, who, after Purnima's mother's death, Savitha comes into their household and they become really great friends, but then tragedy strikes that rips these 2 girls apart, so it alternates between their perspectives as they live their lives and try to find each other again. The next book I got is We Set the Dark on Fire by Taylor K. Meja. I think that's how you pronounce it. This book is set at the Medio School for Girls, and at this school, girls are trained for one of 2 jobs, either to run their husband's household or to take care of the children. But both wives are kind of set for life in this position because they are the wives of very prominent people. So this follows Danielle, who has a secret, which is that her parents forged her identification papers in order to get her into this school, and so she's trying to keep that secret and get through the school and get to graduation and move into her new life with her husband. The next book I purchased is The Cheerleaders by Kara Thomas. This book follows Monica, who 5 years after an incident in which all of the cheerleaders at this school were somehow mysteriously died or committed suicide or were in a car accident, etc. The school has disbanded the cheer team, and Monica her sister is one of the cheerleaders when this all was happening. And so she ends up finding some letters and just some clues, and so she's trying to figure out what happened to her sister and all the other cheerleaders in the town, and it seems like the other citizens of the town know more than they are saying they know. So it seems like a fun kind of mystery that I think is really interesting, because I was a cheerleader for 6 years. I think I have like a little extra tie to this that I think I'll find it interesting. The final book that I got is A Nearly Normal Family by M.T. Edvardson. This book is told from 3 different perspectives in 3 parts: the father, mother, and daughter. The daughter, Stella, is 18, but she is accused of killing a businessman who's 15 years older than her. So in the trial, but both of her parents are very, very adamant that their daughter did not commit this crime, and they don't know why she would even commit this crime, what connection she would have to him. So it starts off with the father, who is a pastor, and then the mother, who is actually a criminal defense attorney, and they're fighting to defend their daughter and get her through this trial and proven that she is innocent. The final book that I purchased in May, I got from Barnes & Noble, so I will also leave the link to that down below in the description. And this book is really interesting to me. I first saw it in a video by Becca from Becca in the Books, and this book is The Book of S by J.J. Abrams and Doug Dorse. So it's actually a book within a book. So it follows this book called I haven't opened it yet, and I don't want to, so I can't really show you the full thing. But so it's The Ship of Theseus by V.M. Straka is the actual like book, the story that's being told. But then there's also 2 different readers who are picking up this book that have written in the margins of the book. So it's basically like 4 different stories in one. And it also has, so they're basically trying to solve a mystery, these readers. So there's little inserts in here and clues and things like that. So I'm very interested to check this out, and I definitely think that it's going to take like a couple reads to get it. I'm excited to eventually, I'm planning to just kind of dedicate like a couple weeks, if maybe even just a full month, to just this book. So we'll see when I get to it. It is very interesting, and I am very excited to eventually break the seal and crack into this book. The final book that I got, I have actually been interested in this book, and I had it on my list of books that I want to purchase or check out from the library or something. I just want to read them. And then I was visiting my grandma, and she was reading this book, and I was like, hey, I've heard of that. Let me know what you think about it. So she finished it, and she loved it, and she was like, would you like to have this book? Because my grandma does not hold on to books. She just passes them along. I don't think she owns a single book, but so she gave it to me, and I have actually started reading this book already. I am 100 pages into it, and I am really enjoying it so far, and that is Where They Found Her by Kimberly McCreight. So it follows this girl, Molly, who is a budding reporter after her and her husband moved to this new town following the miscarriage that they had of a stillborn child. She ends up getting a call in the middle of the night saying there's a body by the river, you need to go report on it. And this is kind of her big break, her first story that she's ever gotten that's a real important story. So she wants to do a good job, but it turns out that the body is actually a baby girl. So it's bringing up a lot of emotions for her, and it's very hard, but she obviously doesn't want to miss her opportunity. So this book is also following multiple perspectives. So far throughout the book, I think in the 100 pages there have been 5 different perspectives so far, and then it also has some journal entries. So it's very good, very interesting. I think I'm going to really enjoy this book, but hopefully I'll finish it by the end of the month, and you will see it in my wrap-up. These were all of the books that I ordered or received in May. I hope you all enjoyed that video. If you have read any of those books, please comment down below what your thoughts are. If you have any other book recommendations for me, also comment that. And also just any thoughts you had on this video, the formatting, anything like that, just let me know. And don't forget to like this video, subscribe if you're new here. I make videos every Monday and Thursday, this is my social media. Please follow me on there. And I really hope you guys have an amazing rest of your day, and I will see you all soon. Bye!